But now, it was finally time to face the truth. I walked up to her during lunch, and I asked if we could take a walk. After the party, this was the first time we had really talked. She probably knew exactly what it was about. There wasn't any small talk, no pretending. We both understood this conversation had been waiting to happen. We stepped outside, and for a few seconds neither of us said anything. I could feel my heart pounding. I had replayed this moment in my head so many times, but now that I was actually there, I just had to say it. So I started with an apology. No excuses. No blaming other people. I told her exactly what went through my mind that night at the bar. I admitted that I let other people's opinions get inside my head. I told her that I'm an adult. Nobody forced me to listen. Nobody forced me to walk away from her. And nobody forced me to go home with that other girl. That was on me. I told her I should have trusted my own feelings. I should have trusted what I felt when she stood next to me that night. And I definitely shouldn't have let fear make the decision for me. She listened quietly. Then she said something that honestly hurt more than I expected. She told me she had been hurt. She said she liked me too. Hearing that felt like someone pressing on a bruise I didn't know was still that fresh. She said she had thought about us as well. She had considered what it would mean if we tried something while being colleagues. But her mindset was different. She said that in the worst-case scenario, if we had really clicked and become something serious, she would have simply looked for another job. That would have been her solution. When she said that, it felt like knives in my chest. All this time, I was acting like dating a colleague was some impossible, catastrophic risk. And her approach was so simple. If it worked, great. If it complicated work, she would adjust. She wasn't paralyzed by it. I told her I wished I had that kind of straightforward thinking. I told her I wished I hadn't overcomplicated everything. I made it dramatic in my own head, when maybe it didn't need to be. Then I told her the truth about why I really acted the way I did. It wasn't about professionalism. It wasn't about the office. It was about my insecurities. I was afraid of rejection. I was afraid of making things awkward. I was afraid of being seen as that guy who misread signals. So instead of taking a chance, I sabotaged it. What I did that night had nothing to do with her worth or my feelings for her. It was my own weakness. She accepted my apology, and I could tell she appreciated the honesty. But then she said something I already kind of knew. She said she's not interested in pursuing anything anymore. She said it calmly. Not cold, not emotional. Just clear. I can't say I was shocked. Part of me expected it. She has too much self-respect to ignore what happened. From her perspective, I made my choice that night. I showed her where she stood. And I won't lie. That realization broke my heart a little. I tried to stay composed. I tried to keep my voice steady. But I think my eyes gave me away. I felt them burning, and I might have teared up slightly. I don't know if she noticed, but I wouldn't be surprised if she did. And honestly, that probably didn't help my image either. She also told me something else. She said she's moving on to another job. She said the office feels awkward now. When she said that, I felt something sink in my stomach. All this time, I avoided her because I was scared that dating someone at work would make things uncomfortable. I told myself I was protecting my job, protecting stability. And now, she's leaving anyway. The exact thing I was trying to avoid, change at work, is happening regardless. Except now it's happening without the possibility of us. That hit me harder than I expected. I wished her luck. I told her I genuinely hope the new job works out and that she deserves something good. I hope it sounded sincere, because it was. We walked back toward the office like two adults who handled something maturely. No drama, no raised voices, just reality. But inside, I felt the weight of it. I realized something important during that walk. Sometimes we think we're being rational, responsible, careful. But sometimes we're just scared. I told myself I was protecting my career. I told myself I was being smart. But the truth is, I didn't trust myself enough to take a risk. She was willing to face the consequences if things worked out. I wasn't. And now the opportunity's gone. There's no villain in this story. She didn't betray me. My coworkers didn't force me. I made a decision. And I have to live with it. What hurts the most isn't rejection. It's knowing that I didn't even give it a real chance when I had it. Now she's moving forward. New job, new environment, probably new possibilities. And I'm left with a lesson I learned a little too late. They said don't date at work. I listened. And in trying to avoid awkwardness, I created something worse. A permanent what if. Please press thumbs up if you like our video or thumbs down if you didn't. Please don't forget to subscribe to get new stories from us.